again. So, since we read some bear books and we talked a little bit about our 5 senses, I have a couple science books for you. The 5 senses. If you try to taste this book, your parents are sure to tell you, no. It would be silly to lick a book. Fortunately, you have other senses besides your tongue to show what things taste like or what they're like. See, you have eyes to see, ears to listen, a nose to smell, and the skin all over your body to notice the touch and feel of things around you. I see 2 things that are green. Do you see 2 things that are green? They are white underneath, and they have laces. They are empty on the inside. Unless I get my feet in them. Do you know what they are? You do, don't you? With your eyes, you can watch lots of things, even some that are so far away you cannot touch them, such as the clouds floating in the sky. You can see the color of things, their size, and you may even know if the things that surround you are moving or not, if they are hidden, of course. We can see trees, we can see butterflies. What else do you see in the picture? Rocks, mushrooms. At night, we are so sleepy, we can't keep our eyes open. Our eyelids feel heavier and heavier until we finally fall asleep. During the day, our eyelids move up and down all the time, cleaning our eyes if they are windshield wipers. That's a fun way to think about it, little windshield wipers. The sense of sight is so important that the eyes are protected by our eyelashes, which prevent dust from getting in, and our eyebrows, which block sweat, drops of sweat. The sense of hearing allows us to hear. Sometimes to hear a sound well, we have to really pay attention. Shh, listen. Can you hear how many sounds are outside or inside your house? Some are low, so it's hard to hear them, but others are strong, and they may be heard from far away. There are sharp sounds, such as the horn of a car, and grave sounds, like a siren of a ship. I bet there are sounds you don't like in the least, like if an alarm is going off, a smoke detector beeping. Sometimes from far away you can hear police sirens or ambulance. Or sometimes people don't really like the sound of like a fan blowing, the noise when it's rattling. That can be a noise you hear if you listen closely right now. There's different noises in your house. Listen, see what you hear. Close your eyes. I bet you have no problem in telling the direction from where you hear a noise. That's how people who can't see play soccer. They attach a little bell to the ball so that they may know where it is. The sense of hearing guides them. Which sounds from the next page over here do you like the best? Sounds of roller skating, a chicken, or a baby chick chirping, chirp, chirp, a cat meowing, bells ringing, ducks quacking, guitar stringing, a car, a dog barking, an alarm clock, there's that noise, or a bell, ball, bounce, bounce, bounce. What are some of those that you like? When you have a cold, it might be hard to smell. It's plugged and you're blocked. You cannot notice some smells floating in the air or even breathe through your nose. It's a good thing we also breathe through our mouth. Your nose is running when you have a cold, and your eyes are watery, and your tongue can't taste. You better wear warm clothes so you don't catch a cold. Try to talk without moving your tongue. You might sound odd, don't you? The tongue is useful for lots of things. We use it to talk, to mix food in our mouth, to stick it out, and to find out what things taste like. With a sense of taste, you can tell the difference between many flavors, sour and sweet, things like that. The tip of the tongue notices if something is sweet or salty. The sides of our tongue tell us when something is sour, and the back of the tongue notices when something is bitter. I bet you hadn't noticed that, did you? Babies discover things by putting everything in their mouth. You might notice that about babies. That's how they figure out what things taste like and how they learn what things are. Soon they learn if a object is tasty, like jam or marmalade, or tasteless, like a plastic toy. Which of your favorite flavors are over here? Like sweets are Juicy fruits like oranges or lemons are very sour. Maybe you really like the taste of an apple or garlic or mushrooms. Salty things, chicken, eggplant, peppers. I like hot cocoa. There's some chocolate. We're going to talk about our favorite foods that we like to taste at meeting. If you walk barefoot on the sand, you'll notice tiny grains that stick between your teeth. Mrs. Hosmer, what? No. Stick between your toes. It's too early. Feel the sand is warm or cold, wet or dry, and you experience not only with your feet. Touch is a sense you have all over your body. Have you ever noticed the tiny lines that cover the pad of your fingers? So look at your fingers. We call them fingerprints, and they are unique. Yours are unique to the whole and everybody in the whole world, and they're different in every person. Some parts of your body are so sensitive that they tickle a lot, such as your armpits or your lips or the palm of your hand, right here in the palm. Try to tickle with a feather, and you'll see that you won't be able to resist without laughing. It might feel very ticklish. When your skin notices it's cold, tiny bumps stand up. Those sometimes are called goosebumps. And when you have a feeling of hot, your body might sweat to refresh you. Your skin is very sensitive to touch. Cold, hot, dry, wet, soft, hard, straight, wrinkled, smooth, rough, or sharp. Whoa, that's a lot of describing words. With your skin, you may guess what many things around you are like, even without looking at them. Let's try. Balloons, or feel a flower. What does your hand feel like in water? Things like that. Sometimes senses do not work properly, or they don't work at all. This is the case of people who need glasses to see better or who smell nothing, those who cannot hear or a sound or who cannot see. Can you feel with all 5 of your senses? Is one of your senses not working properly? You'll have to use the others to know the world around you better. If your hearing isn't working well, which other sense do you think you could use more? If you can't hear very well, you might have to really use your eyes to really try to see things or touch, right? You feel your skin surrounded by warm water. You smell soap. You notice, got shampoo in my mouth. You hear the splash of water and you see a shower. Where are you? In a bathtub or anywhere else. Your senses get along so well, they do try to work together. And right now, what do you feel with your hearing, your sight, your taste, your smell, and your touch? Discovering the world through your 5 senses is a very challenging adventure. And these are different games we're going to talk about. When you have to stand still and toss a ball back and play games like that. And then, yeah. So, this is a good one to think about and using your 5 senses when you're doing an activity today. So when you're playing a game or you're playing at your house, think about what you see around you, what you hear, what you notice when you smell, what you touch, things like that. I will read my 5 senses by Aliki also. I'll see you in a few.